Okay, welcome back to Sanity Maintenance. Today we're going to be talking about the smart tabs that you can install on the backside of your boat, and also your SE foils that go on the backside of your engine to hopefully give it a little bit better gas mileage, and discuss a little bit about that. I've had both of them on our small boat. Our small boat actually came with them and does really well with them, and probably wouldn't run very well without the smart tabs, and is with the fin as well. So we'll kind of get into that and cover it, and if this is helpful, if somebody wants to know about both of them together. Okay, here's the smart tabs I was referring to here. Sometimes you can find them in your local Bass Pro Shop or whatever. This is the brand name here. Get a light here so you can see on them. These are old. They were on the boat when we purchased the boat. The motor on it is fairly undersized for this boat. It's just a little 50 horsepower Yami. We wanted to replace it, and there really wasn't much use in doing it because it ran so well. So, you know, why bother? But as far as the tabs go, they're actually somewhat loaded there, as you can see. Absolutely great on chime walking. I love these things, especially if you're getting around a whole lot of other boaters and stuff, and you're continuously being thrown left or right or however. It really helps out a lot. It really does. Keeps you from being thrown out of the boat a lot too. We have two of them on one side, one on the other, so when you install them, you need to follow the instructions. I've seen many people that have not followed the instructions, and they really don't work up to their potential, especially if they're mounted in an area like this here, that far inside the boat. Sometimes that's the only place you got to put them, but they really don't work that well that way. They're supposed to be a certain distance from the end here, and that's how they are. You do have several adjustments on them here, as you can see. That's my location of where I like them, and they ride really smooth here on that side. Every once in a while, I do have a friend or two to go with us, and they're really bad about taking and standing on the right side of the boat when they're riding with us, and that's just their favorite location. Some people like to stand in this area, so in the process of that, I will normally take and readjust these here, and so the boat doesn't sit this way down towards the right side. I'll just simply move it in just one more notch. And that will generally take care of anything that, as far as, you know, them being on the boat. But you just always have that one person that likes to stand on the right side of you, or either stand on the left side of you, and they simply be adjusted like that. Downfall of these that I do not care about is when you're putting in reverse. Simply they're stuck down so they catch water and they absolutely slow the boat down. Sometimes it's a good thing, especially if the boat flies off the trailer while you're trying to unload it. They're very nice then. I don't care for them too much if you get really, really shallow, if you're trying to get oysters or clams or something, because if you're trying to back up, you will catch them and you will break them. Then you'll have to replace them. But they do work very well as far as chime walking goes. It really saves you a lot. This is a fairly wide boat for its size, center console. But it still chime walks if you don't have them on there. I have taken them off, and trust me, buddy, I put them right back on. We also do have the SE 300 on here, the Sport. This was picked up at the Bass Pro Shop. This was installed shortly after that. I was planning on putting this on and taking these off. That didn't work so good. After installing this and leaving these on, trying that out, my gas mileage improved so much. I had to leave them on. The boat actually came out of the hole a whole lot sweeter and quicker. It did come out of the hole with these, somewhat so-so. Just keep in mind when you have a smaller engine on the boat, you're having to force a lot of water under here to get the boat going in order to bring them up. Keep that in mind where you do not have that here. This here, it simply takes and sets the engine back further from your boat. is what it does. Anytime you set an engine back further from the boat, you're actually getting it into clear water so it can run smoother and get you up on plane quicker. Keep that in mind. So I actually run both of these. And an all-day trip for us, I will tell you, we have right between 18 and 20 gallon tank. And we normally burn close to about 5 gallons out of it. That's all day, moving here, moving there. Plus we're running the trolling motor as well. But, you know, going from long distances and coming back, cranking up, moving, cranking up and moving, it really helps out a lot. Both of these together, and you know, that's 5 gallons for the whole day. You can't beat that. You really can't. So does it pay for itself? Yeah, they do pay for themselves. So if somebody was interested in what this was like with both of them on here, this is what they're like. Great. Both of them together. I have unhooked these here before, the trim tabs, and I tell you, it was hateful. Very hateful. Very terrible ride. This is a very expensive boat. This is a Blue Wave boat. You would expect a whole lot better from it. Unfortunately, it just didn't come with it. But the way it was set up, you know, just didn't work. But now I understand why they have the trim tabs on here when we purchased it. So, all right. Okay, come up with some answers to some questions that are going to be out there. The first question is going to be, does the boat go any faster? No, it does not go any faster. Does the boat come out of the hole quicker with both of them on? Yes, it does. It actually comes out of the hole pretty much like a cat with a climbing gear, very fast. Try to think of any. Fuel mileage is great on both of them. You can't argue with them. The boat is a whole lot more stable. It's a whole lot more seaworthy, especially if you're a person around the jetties areas and stuff like that. Our boat's not really set up to go very fast because it has such a smaller engine on it. That's the main thing of why all of that's on there, because it doesn't have a large enough motor on it. We want to put a bigger engine on it, but there's really no use in doing it when you've got one that works fine now. But just a couple of things to here and there, adjustments, you know, trim tabs here, SE foil there. Sometimes that makes a difference. And if you do purchase an SE foil, it does come with instructions. And please follow the instructions to the T. It even comes with a little diagram of how to put it on there, where to put screws at, all that. Yes, you do have to screw into the area there for it to stay on there. We haven't had any issues with it. The bolts have not came loose after we put them on there. The trim tabs have been fine. The adjustments that you've seen with the little latches, they did not come with that. It comes with 2 plastic screws. I put them on there for quick adjustments. So see some values, pull it out and stick it back in, and done with it. They're very rusty, and I'll probably have to replace them or even put those plastic screws back into them again. But I hope the video was helpful. If it was helpful at all, give it a thumbs up. If not, that's fine with me too. So y'all have a good evening, and it's Easter, so I'm going to go back inside and take care of a few things, and I'm going to try to get the engine going tomorrow, as I haven't fired it up yet this year, so it's time to do it. It hadn't been fired up since last year, so I'll probably do a video on that too as well, as far as what to go over, what to look for, check your brake lights, and all that other stuff as well.